excessive heat warning for Dallas and Fort Worth. That would be Dallas County, Tarrant County, technically, Denton and Collin counties not under the excessive heat warnings. It's not like you're cool in those locations, but you just don't, maybe not reaching the criteria that exists for an excessive heat warning, because that means those heat index values 110 or hotter, or actual temperatures easily 105 or hotter. And across eastern, northern North Texas, not like it's going to be cool. The heat advisory in those locations, the heat index anywhere from 105 to 110. The other thing going on is actually there's some dry air across western North Texas, so fire danger is actually a thing over the rest of the week. Remember last summer how dry everything got? We were dealing with those fires all across the North Texas last summer because of the heat, because of the dry conditions, because of the drought conditions as well. Thankfully, we've seen some rain recently, but drought kind of is starting to creep back into North Texas, so there is elevated fire danger across western areas through the rest of the week, especially during the afternoon. When it's very hot, when it's dry, there's that low humidity across the western portion of North Texas as well, which has actually led to some burn bans coming back. Johnson County, Jack County, Palo Pinto, Young, Eastland, and Comanche all under burn bans right now. And if we just continue to stay hot and dry, I would imagine that more counties will get added as we head through the rest of the summer. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that for you. We'll step out of the way here. Fort Worth at 105, feeling like 107. So really, that's not, I mean, that is darn hot, obviously, but the heat index is only 2 degrees above the actual temperature. The air actually not too terrible. I mean, it's humid out, but it could be way worse, and we've seen it way worse in Fort Worth at times. It's a little muggier in Dallas, though, because it's 104, feeling like 111, and that's where I was talking about. The western portion of North Texas, the air's a little drier in those locations. Maybe that heat index isn't, drastically higher than the actual temperature, but it's still, when your actual temperature is 108, doesn't take much humidity to get a heat index of 110 or hotter. So that's the situation across North Texas. We got excessive heat warnings and heat advisories almost all across the state as well, and across the western portion of the country as that big ridge of high pressure is overhead. I'm going to go 106 the high tomorrow, 104 on Wednesday as high pressure is still hanging out close by. But as we head into the weekend time frame, it does start to scoot back to the west. That temperature starts to go down. Maybe we get a cold front coming in, a summertime cold front, of course, on Saturday. Drops that high to 96, back up to 98 on Sunday, and there might even be a little rain around this weekend. So kind of like we saw this past weekend. Maybe a bit of a cool down, maybe some rain in the area. It's not going to be a washout of a weekend, though. Warm, breezy, and muggy tonight, 82 for the low, and then very hot and breezy tomorrow. 106 will be your high tomorrow afternoon. Next 10 look like this. We talked about 104 Wednesday, 103 on Thursday, 101 on Friday. A brief dip into the 90s on Saturday and Sunday. 20% coverage of rain right now. Of course, we'll watch that as we get closer, and then it's right back into the triple digits next week.